Господин полковник, я что-то нашел. Вид, допишите. 这位的鬼呀，让我安静点。我现在不能帮你们。
Presto and Fire had become close friends. There was great complicity between them, as well as a sense of solidarity. Fire had a more explosive personality. He was a hot-blooded Spanish horse, the Ferrari of horses. His accelerations were incredibly sudden, and the rider was literally catapulted forward, crushed by the back of the saddle. Turns and stops were also pretty radical. Anyone who rode Fire had to have a fighter pilot's reflexes, ready to change speed and direction in a fraction of a second. His top speeds were almost as fast as Presto's, but his small size prevented him from maintaining that rhythm for any length of time. Fire was a sprinter, not a long-distance runner. Once you got used to riding him, all the other horses seemed dull and lifeless. It was incredible to watch Sohan riding Fire through the forest, zigzagging as they galloped between the trees, turning almost in place, reversing directions, jumping over ditches, branches and tree trunks on the ground, splashing into the autumn puddles, climbing or descending steep hills, going through rock slides, walls of branches and thick clumps of leaves. Their great strength was based on a perfect mutual understanding. Sohan didn't believe in mental telepathy, but it was mystifying to see how often they had the same thoughts and the same needs at the same moment, and how they shared the same emotions. Often Sohan's pleasure was being a simple passenger, invited by her magnificent horse on an expedition into the wild territory of his origins. On those occasions, horseback riding was no longer a human activity, but the journey of a human being into the universe of the forest. Sohan let herself be led, and she was never disappointed. Fire would take her to incredibly beautiful places teeming with life. Fire would gallop among deer, keeping in stride with them. He would surprise birds just before they took flight. He would raise wild boar and invent shortcuts through lush vegetation, which would slow his opponents down.